Oh my god, the stupid burns so much. So you know how I've been talking lately about how Trump is simping for Russia? And even though Trump is constantly wrong, he is using other people to validate his feelings. Trump said on Turd Social that he's going to get rid of voting machines and get rid of mail-in ballots because Putin told him that the elections were rigged because of mail-in ballots. So he heard Putin say something that Trump himself has been spouting with absolutely no evidence for years, and so now it's gotta be a priority. The dictator in Russia who actively, openly screws with his own elections so that he miraculously gets like 98% approval rating, told Trump that mail-in ballots were fraudulent. But Trump's had a problem with mail-in ballots for years because he doesn't like the fact that the polls initially show that he's doing really well, and then after the mail-in ballots are counted, it's mostly Democrats, and so he's like, this must be fraud because I was winning! So he went on Turd Social today to say that he's going to sign an executive order to get rid of mail-in ballots before the midterms. Now he says we're the only country that uses them, which is fucking wrong. This is because the Republicans are terrified of the midterms. Because in every single special election, the Democrats keep winning. Because in small areas, where people actually turn out to vote, the Democrats outperform. But in large-scale nationwide contests, a lot of people are either apathetic or they just have given up and they don't care. But with Trump's approval rating in the 30s, the people are getting really pissed at the Republicans. Mike Johnson even warned people that if the Democrats gain control of Congress in 2026, Trump's presidency will effectively be over. Which is exactly what we want. We want him a powerless lame duck who's not able to pass any of his fascist agenda. So of course, back in May, Trump was already ranting about mail-in ballots. And he says they are nothing but fraudulent. There is no way they are nothing but fraudulent. Meanwhile, may I remind you, in 2020 when he lost, his head of cybersecurity told him it was the most secure election we've ever had. So Trump fired him. And Trump on that Turd Social post keeps claiming there's so much fraud from these mail-in ballots, when they haven't found any. And he knows that. I think he knows that. He just wants to keep pushing that narrative because his gullible cultists believe it. But the funny thing is, mail-in ballots also happened in 2024, yet he won. So this argument doesn't hold any water. They're claiming mail-in ballots were fraudulent in 2020 but not 2024? But the problem is, his diehard cultists don't think past that. Now we have him going on an incoherent rant on his stupid platform, getting rid of anyone's ability to vote using an absentee ballot, which millions of Americans have to do, especially those in our military, all because our foreign adversary told him so. Our idiotic authoritarian president is making something a priority because a foreign dictator told him to. And this is all happening as Trump's DOJ is sending threatening letters to states if they refuse to send people's personal voter information, and Trump jokes about starting a war to stop the 2028 election. Trump didn't go to that summit for a ceasefire. He doesn't give a shit about Ukraine. He went there to get election advice from the man who has been notoriously rigging his own elections for years.